Hello, my loves. Hello, my goddesses. What does the moon mean to you? What does moon energy mean to you? Do you listen to tarot card readings or do you pull your own oracle cards? What drew you here to my channel? I have a lot of questions here right up front. What pulled you into this channel? This is actually my second YouTube channel that I'm working on building here. And where are you coming from? Let me know in the comments below. Where are you coming from? Did you hear about this channel from my original first channel, which is Inhale Love with Suze? Or did you find me from the title and something about it was curious? Or where are you coming from? Let me know in the comments. I'm not going to keep going on that, but please let me know why you're here. And I am so glad you are here. Welcome into this space that I am creating for a whole new experience in the realm of feminine energy, divine feminine energy, finding that balance of your own internal feminine and masculine energies, recognizing that we all have both energies within us, and healing ourselves to find that balance. So back to my original question, what does the moon mean to you? Maybe you watch tarot readings here on YouTube. I do. I have some of my favorite channels I like to listen to for readers. Or maybe you already pull your own cards for yourself each day. And so you're familiar with the energies of different cards. And I'm curious, what does the moon energy mean to you? Or the moon card in tarot? Or just the moon, what does it symbolize to you? Again, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to hear how other people perceive it. My intention with this channel, as I build this channel moving forward, is to focus on the moon as the emotional aspect, as the feminine aspect. I have some tattoos here on my arm of a sun and a moon looking at each other. And for me, that's very symbolic of divine counterparts. The divine masculine being the sun, the divine feminine being the moon. And the sun lights up the moon. The moon is in the darkness. The sun is in the day. They work together. There's a lot of symbolism and beautiful metaphorical poetry, in my opinion, there. And so for me, the moon, being a goddess of the moon, first and foremost, brings me back to something that in the mainstream world we may call emotional maturity or emotional availability. And it's not about controlling your emotions. The sun doesn't try to control the moon. The moon is not to be controlled. The moon is a force in and of itself. Look at how it interacts with the ocean. The moon is a force in and of itself. And so the moon for me is that emotional feminine energy and mastering the emotional side of self, not controlling our emotions. There's so much negative energetic connotation when we say control. It's never about control because there is no surrender in control. And if there's no surrender, then we're kind of missing the whole point here. We're back in our physical, egoic, stubborn self and not in the spiritual, divine, surrendered to the divine and the higher plan, divine timing, surrendered to all that that implies. I don't want to go too deep into that today. But for me, that's what this divine, goddess of the moon kind of energy is. So then once we go down that path of recognizing it's not about controlling my emotions, but rather mastering my emotions. And for the feminine, a huge part of that is about anxiety, mastering anxiety, recognizing when anxious type energy bubbles up inside of me, and what then do I choose to do with that? And along that journey, it brings us to a place of incorporating our masculine energy back in to hold all that feminine moon emotional energy. The two, again, working together, which does create the wholeness. But then that inner journey then becomes an outward journey. And you're able to gift a really high capacity of emotional availability, emotional safety to others. And you're able to nurture a relationship in a very radically different way than you may have nurtured it in the past. Because there's a very big difference between nurturing and focusing on nurturing a relationship because there's this shadow aspect of you that wants to feel loved in return, or, is investing into a relationship because you want happiness out of it. And I mean, obviously, don't go running with that comment, because yes, we are here to find happiness and to be happy and to feel fulfilled. That's not what I'm saying. But you're finding your own fulfillment and happiness within yourself by mastering your emotions. And in so doing, you're able to see possibilities in other relationships outside of yourself that you may not have seen before. That's a good way to say it. And in the past, in relationships that maybe you would have chosen to view negatively, or you would have chosen to walk away because it was too difficult, or you would have taken everything personally and therefore kind of shut down and or walked away. Or maybe in the past, you would have blamed everything on the other person. Now, with this higher goddess of the moon state of being, you're able to see the dynamics and the energetics that are being played out in that relationship in a very different way. And you're not taking it personally, first of all. You don't take it personally. And you see all these interactions as opportunities for growth for us. It's been said that our biggest teachers are our relationships. Why is that? I love the question why, and I love the question how. What might be one reason why relationships are our greatest teachers? If you have some thoughts on that, I welcome comments below. Let me know what that kind of activates in your mind. If relationships are our biggest teachers, one reason why I believe that is true is because relationships obviously stir up a lot of emotion. And if you, again, are coming here from my first original YouTube channel, Inhale Love with Suze, you know that I said a lot over there that emotions are a wealth of information. Wealth of information. So if our relationships are activating big emotions, there's a lot of information, wealth of information to be sorted through, to find our own truth and to grow and expand ourselves, opportunity to grow ourselves, or opportunity to shut down, to pull away. It's all in how you perceive the emotions that are being activated in any particular moment. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Is it an opportunity or is it an attack? Is it connection or is it, again, an attack, a personal attack? A healed person, and there is no such thing as a perfectly healed person, that's not what I'm saying, but a healed state is not going to react to emotions in an attack, in sensing it as an attack, or in a feeling of a need to defend. That comes from something, a wounded shadow aspect. So if you're on this journey of emotional mastery, and what I meant to say earlier and I got sidetracked is, if you're on this journey of emotional maturity and mastery and availability within yourself, and then therefore in your relationships externally, you're on the path of unconditional love. You're on the path of, again, balancing your inner masculine and feminine. You're in a space of self-mastery in general. You are in a space of purpose, finding your gift and your purpose to give to the world. You are in a space of healing your heart, living from your heart, choosing to keep your heart open no matter what. I love the phrase no matter what, because that has that element of unconditional, right? If we can tack that on to a lot of the ends of our sentences, for me anyway, it lands really differently, because now we're bringing in the unconditional love aspect. Is it possible to be in relationship with someone else in a place of real, true, radical, revolutionary, unconditional love? And when we are offering ultimate freedom to the other person, because we are not expecting them to make us happy. We are letting them, allowing them the freedom to have their own journey, to have their own path, to have their own discovery, to have their own path of mastery, self-mastery. And we're not infringing our stuff on them. And we are there to simply bear witness and hold space for it all. I just got chills on that. But we are not able to hold space for all that if we're still being triggered and we haven't mastered our own internal emotional activations to whatever is happening in that external relationship. I say all this stuff of a lot of this external relationship because it puts it in a good frame for women in particular, feminines, the feminine energy to understand. Because the feminine aspect, whether you're male or female, does not matter. I'm not speaking gender necessarily. I'm speaking energetics. The feminine aspect is always focused on connection and love. That is its purpose, if you will, even though purpose is a masculine word. The feminine energy aspect is always the aspect of connection and love. So for women who do identify to be predominantly more in the feminine aspect or are desiring to live life more femininely, and again, a lot of that conversation you can find over on my original channel, Inhale Love with Suze. That is really like Feminine Energy 101. If you're desiring to live life more femininely, right, you're naturally going to be more focused on relational love, and I mean love in the broad sense, whether it be family, friends, or lovers, doesn't matter. You're more focused on that, and you tend to more prioritize that. The masculine aspect, and we all have masculine, feminine inside of us. Again, the masculine focuses on other things and supports and protects other things. So if you're focused on more the feminine, being more feminine, you are going to be like, it's going to be easier for you to identify things in an external relationship, but it all starts in here. Because it's all that internal relationship of masculine, feminine internally. I hope that all made sense. I'm trying to cover a lot here today. And I feel a lot of pressure, this being the first video on this channel. I feel it's very important for me to lay the foundation for what this community, this container is moving forward. I think I'm going to leave this video here. Again, please let me know how you found me here. Drop it in the comments. Any of the questions I asked in this video, I would love to hear the comments, the answers in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful day.